Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of a Skylanders Superchargers Supercharger Noir Locke Wii U Edition here on the channel. This is the third episode where we're attacking on the Sky Kingdom, and my throat was a little hoarse at the beginning there. That's, I suppose, what happens when you record these videos in bulk, and I've also realised that to improve my lighting, I brought in some artificial noise, and by noise I mean light. I have my light ahead of me switched on so that now there's a little less reliant on the natural light of which is really starting to diminish, given that as I continue to record with some bulk, it gets darker and darker. That is how the sun setting sort of works. Now the sun can't be up forever. Well, technically it is up forever, but when it's nighttime, obviously the part of the earth in which you are on is facing away from the sun. That's how we get night. The light of the sun can't reach us when our planet is facing the other way. So what we need to do now is a vehicular section, of which you're going to see much less of the Wii U Pro Controller cam, as I currently need to have it plugged in. The battery lasted way less time than I was anticipating. I normally would just end this session here and get it all recorded up, but I have only 2 days in which to finish this. Well, I'm not limited to just 2 days, but I'd rather get it finished in the 2-day time slot, because this game is short enough to do it over such time, and this log has actually been really fun so far, especially for parts where I've got to play as the Nintendo exclusive characters known as Donkey Kong and Bowser. Those have been the highlights for me. Especially when you compare that to playing for boring, dull, regular characters of the PS4 version the last time I played this, mind you. Welcome to Edition State R&D as I itch my eyes and I collect all the gear bits that I need. So we're going to just continue jettisoning ourselves out of here so we can talk with Max after our very successful test drive. It was more of a test pilot type situation we have going on here, because do you really drive a plane? Is that how it works now? I mean, you can have drive, because having drive is just the same as having ambition. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I have plenty of drive. I have drive to create YouTube videos. I would say high quality YouTube videos, but that is purely up to interpretation, and you know, YouTube videos, like everything else, are purely subjective. So whether you do or do not enjoy these videos, I sincerely hope that you do, and if you are, I really appreciate your support in these times regardless. Because the channel will not be possible without support of legendary viewers such as yourself watching this video right now. Yeah, you're legendary. I'm speaking directly to you. Yes, you. You're the legendary one I'm on about. You know what, let's spread the message. Let's be optimistic about things and make sure that everybody else around us knows how legendary we all think they are. If there's someone awesome in your household right now, go give them a hug. Tell them that they're awesome. Be truthful about it. Unless you hate them, in which case keep that to yourself, because, you know, there's no point in going out of our way just to ruin people's days, now is there? Unless they know damn well that you hate them. Sometimes people are aware of that and just kind of buy into it, don't they? They purposefully ensure that your hatred of them sticks for the sake of them trolling you. Practical joke, or if they're just a bully. Why would you live with a bully though? Then again, sometimes, especially in university, you are stuck with roommates that you don't necessarily like all too much. Sometimes you get the opportunity to switch to new dorms, other times you do not, but unfortunately, you can get stuck with bullies. I fortunately never did. But yeah, that's just how life goes. If someone around you is awesome, then you let them know it, really make their day for them. It would if they, you know, knew of your praise toward them. Anyway, we have more cutscenes, black and white cutscenes specifically, which are looking awesome! Yeah, I do always love having an optimistic flair to my videos. And speaking of flair, we're in the sky, there's plenty of flares to go around, lots of sun. How often do you see Skylanders in darkness? Do we actually have levels set at night? I mean, I know Dark Light Crypt is set at night, but what are other examples? I do question these things. Stratosphere. Dark Water Cove, that one's set at night, but then again, dark is in the name, so what do you expect?
of the thunderous bolt, then come and take it.
Fine, guess I will. Oh, Stratosphere, a bit of a spoiled brat, and obviously we're the ones who now have to deal with it. Typical Skylanders look that. And we have to fight for an entire kingdom to get there. It's very inconvenient how... Oh wait, we have a vehicle with a rift engine in it that can teleport us from point A to point B. So why don't we just, you know, use a rift engine and teleport there? These Skylanders, they're literally sleeping on the greatest technology in the whole of this world. They have teleporter devices that they are, you know, not abusing nearly as much as they need to be. If I had a teleportation device, trust me, I would abuse the fuck out of that shit. Anyway, ooh, enemies to kill. Yay, my favourite thing. As we've already established, I love murdering things, and enemies are no exception. Also crates. Yeah, take that, you stinking vase. You're not a crate, but I hate vases just as much. Never known I had such, you know, pure hatred towards crates. I feel like a Sith Lord right now. Just this hatred and power, it fuels me. Ooh, lightning rod. What do you know? We have lightning rod and a treasure chest. You can't go much wrong with either of them, especially when the treasure chest reveals some of Chaos's deepest, most darkest secrets with the fear omelette. Yeah, you know I'm going to be quiet and let you guys enjoy this. Is it over? I can never really tell when they're over, given that I can't actually hear the game right now. So I'm just going to assume it's over. Chaos doesn't take that long to talk. And he was talking about alternative titles to his Fear Omelette novel, which is glorious because, man, those were some seriously rad alter titles. I can't believe I just used the word rad in a full complete sentence right now. I am even cringing at myself, which goes to show just how cringe it is.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Astro Blast! We're blasting Astros. Okay, cool, let's hit attack buttons because that means enemies die, and that is, as we all know, one of my favourite things. I could continue to sing that even, but as we established at the beginning of the episode, my throat is starting to get a little hoarse, which is what is leading to more and more stuttering and mistakes. But sometimes my unfiltered self is one way to showcase to you guys that nobody's perfect, or better yet, nobody's nerfect. And so the point here is that never be ashamed of your flaws. At least not for things as minor as speech impediments, mind you. Otherwise, you know, if they're major flaws, you really should, you know, fix them better yourself. And don't do it for the sake of garnering reward from others. Do it purely for yourself and knowing that you're a better person because you're overcoming whatever flaws you may have. There you go, there's advice of the day for you. I'm getting hit by stuff. My next piece of advice of the day is don't get hit. Not when you're playing Skylanders, and the idea is not to die. If you want to die in Skylanders and you want to lose locks and you want to see suffrage, then go ahead and get hit as much as you like. Otherwise, I'd avoid it. Ugh, ugh. Great, this guy's grossing me out right now. No, not the oozy trolls. Ugh. Yeah, I think Ukko can agree that this is so ugh right now. I suppose that's why that's his name, Ukko. That's a fun pronunciation right now. I'm enjoying this pronunciation of these things that I'm pronouncing. Anyway, we have a sky section, and as per normal, we're going to stick with the Clown Cruiser because it's already on the portal, so why the heck shift it off now, right? Hopefully this vehicle section will go a whole lot better than the previous sky vehicle section, mind you, which did not go so glorious, might I remind you. As long as we keep things glitch free, which seems to be a pretty big ask for a game such as this one. Man, I miss having afterburners, which is what you have in the Superchargers Racing on the Nintendo Wii. I would have loved to have those. Anyway, Air has popped up, so let's be taking Astro Blast here off the portal, and we shall be replacing him with Stormblade right here. She's looking sick and almighty. The only thing that looks more glorious than regular Stormblade is her chase variant format. Because Snowbrite Stormblade, not only is it clever in the fact that her blades are switched out for Christmas lights, but it's just such a colourful and sharp contrasting figurine that stands out for all the right reasons. It was a chase variant that for me was well worth getting, just because it looks so damn good. I wish Snowbrite Stormblade was an in-game variant as well, because the colours would have looked so good in-game. But we already got our Christmas variant, which was Mistletoe Diveclops. I wish Mistletoe Diveclops was a chase variant, and Snowbrite Stormblade was the in-game variant, because Snowbrite Stormblade, it just looks much better. It's a better celebration of Christmas, given that she literally has Christmas lights. I mean, Mistletoe Diveclops, they had Missile Toe. They made the pun and then came up with the variant, which was lame because it's so blocky. Like, at the end of the day, it's just one bulk colour, which is red. Whereas the sharp contrasting colours of Stormblade and the fact that she looked more like a Christmas tree was just such a greater celebration of Christmas than what Mistletoe Diveclops could ever hope to be. Stormblade superior, Diveclops inferior. That is how ye old saying goes. So for those of you who are only speaking sound waves, such as myself, there is understanding. Okay, let's destroy some stuff. Or not. I guess I could get hit in the face. That's also a possibility. Now the question is, can I get through this level unscathed, unlike I did in my original run of the Skylanders Superchargers Noir Locke? We're about to find out, well, the Superchargers Supercharger Noir Locke, where are the spanners? I need fixing, otherwise I'm going to die, and that's going to be very sad. I don't want that. I don't want to lose Stormblade, she's too good for this. It will make me wish I switched out for Hurricane Jetpack instead, because him, I'm okay with losing, but Stormblade, on the other hand, not so much. Oh, these guys have got to go. Get them out of here. Sweet, they're dead. No spanners, unfortunately, to fix myself up with. That's just gear bits, that's a shame. I could be doing with some repairs, especially since we're barely halfway done and we've lost more than half our health. So if this pattern continues, it's not going to end well. Is that what I want? Yes! But I missed it. How did I miss that? Oh, freaking hitboxes. And obviously the chests are on the other side. Oh, there was another spanner there that I missed. Oh, I got the spanner. But somehow, in the process of getting the spanner, I took more damage than what the spanner healed me up for. Oh dear. At least we got a mod for Sky Slicer. What a lot of good is that going to do us now, though? Okay, luckily we are at least getting buffed up by the air element being active. And like I say, the Clown Cruiser is an air vehicle. So that's great. Oh boy, watch out for that. I didn't do a very effective job of watching out for it now, did I? Spanner? No, no spanner. That's a shame. I seem to be asking too much. Watch out. There you go. I'm playing this more safely now. So much about playing this more safely now. I clearly jinxed myself and haven't just said that. So perhaps I should listen to my own advice and play this more safely, because the more safer I play it, the lower the risk for higher reward. Because, you know, I take very minimal risks and I get highly rewarded. And the fact that Stormblade does not die. Please, Spanner. Thank you, game. You are my literal saviour. You know, all I need to do is get through the rest of this section without dying. Well, we cut it close, but in the end, close doesn't quite count now, does it? That's what we're talking about. Let's frickin' go! I definitely have just broken my collarbone, and you know what? That's fine for entertainment's sakes. You know, why rush out to the hospital when I can be making YouTube videos instead? Gotta get my priorities straight. Like, for example, spending several hours building that when I should have been doing YouTube projects. Not even YouTube projects, I should have been doing university projects, which is things that I should really be putting at the top of my priorities list, but instead, nah. Anyway, we're going to go with Flame Shielded, just because fire seems to be appearing more frequently by what's being picked. With the exception of Light Element, which has been our most common randomly generated element for the active areas. At least for the moment being, light seems to be the most chosen one. Because here's the thing, whilst they are randomly chosen for element of the areas here, the game does also tailor towards the elements you play the most. And because I've been playing a lot of Astro Blast, the game thinks I like light element a lot, and therefore it's encouraging me to play light element the most. Obviously, I prefer variety. Oh shit, especially since Astro Blast is about to die. Okay, this is my concentration phase now. Officially, I must concentrate. Oh, I didn't know he dashed after that. Boom! Hit him! Hit him! Food! Wait, hold on! What? I am confusion. I don't know anymore. Send help! Lots of it too. Just send somebody who's better at video game to just take control of the controller and play the video game for me. Just literally anything to get me out of this mess that I'm somehow surviving. Okay, let's bring out a meteorite. And boom. Oh, that didn't deal as much damage as I wanted it to. Okay, cool. You're dead. I still need to watch out for all the others, which I'm not doing a good job of doing, by the way. And meteor. And meteor. Oh, he's dead. This is fine. Watch out for all of the attacks. They're highlighted on the ground as to where they're going to fall, which is why I need to avoid said parts of the ground where they are falling. What do we have here? Damn it, it's a food stand, which is a legendary treasure, which can't be used for acquiring actual food, which is what I could be doing with right now. So one thing I could be doing with right now, and there's one thing I can't get from such a treasure. The treasure is not all that legendary, I'm afraid. Besides, we already got the legendary treasure that we needed to ultimately win Locke in the end. We got the red gold. Without the red gold, as I said in the debut episode, we were fucked without that red gold. But luckily we have that red gold now, so we have our victory, you know, pretty much guaranteed. Yeah. Now I've definitely jinxed it. Why did I say that? I should not have said that in the words of Mighty Hagrid. I should not have said that. Anyway, we have Supercharger Gates coming up, which I'm very much looking forward to because tech is going to be stronger, so we can finally bring about the debut of High Volt. First things first, though, we got to be mashing. And I was talking about things before we got into that section of the Supercharger Vault, but clearly those things weren't all that important because I've completely lost track of what it was I was talking about in the first place. So we're just going to move on and have High Volt's cameo in front of the face cam right now. A glorious cameo at that. Okay, treasure, I want to see sweet glorious treasure. And right now, I have the hat on, which is acquired for completing Trap Team on Nightmare Mode. Interesting fact for you all right there. You're welcome. Okay, we've got to watch out for the glowy orbs that deal damage to us. I prefer not to be dealt damage to. And that's an example of why we shouldn't have damage dealt to us. That was, you know, made as an example. Had nothing to do with my lack of skill at the video game. Ooh, sparks, don't mind if we do. That's not quite going to be ranked though. Oh, and another reason why I chose fire is not only for the sake of it appearing more frequently than water thus far, but also because there are more fire Skylanders. So the fire Skylanders, by pure chance alone, are going to likely be around for longer, so we prefer having a fire buff over a water buff. Even though if the previous attempt at this lock is anything to go off of, Deep Dive Gilgrit will be legendary. In case you couldn't tell, I didn't mean to do that. That was a mistake, me falling off right now. Oh. But we're going to kill them fellas right now. We're actually killing off these enemies before their official introduction in the level. So that's very... it's interesting how they are found in this here Supercharger Gate when they haven't officially been introduced yet by the video game. But we do have a Washbuckler doll. Rather interesting indeed. What's also going to be interesting is all the goodies we can find in the outskirts back here. Just got to make sure I remember the jump button before I fall off and fucking kill myself, because that's not what we want. Any sort of death is the opposite of what we want, pretty much. Okay, more treasures. Don't mind if we do, but just like that, we've ran this place dry. So let's get out of here with even more treasure. Do not mind if we do. Anyway, it appears that light is back again, because again, the game really loves light right now. I would say everyone has a right to their own opinion, but they don't, because when your opinions are different to mine, they are wrong. That is how opinions work. I cannot emphasize this enough. So when you have the incorrect opinions, just don't. Change your opinions, tailor them so they're specifically the same as mine. Otherwise, you will continue to go through life with incorrect opinions. And do you really want to be that one guy who's wrong about every single opinion? You don't really, so get your facts straight. Opinions are only correct when they are the same as mine. Anyway, we have more stuff back here. Man, the Supercharger vaults, you get, you discover them very quickly. They're very compact in this level. We even have ourselves a Sky Stone, which we are absolutely adding to our deck after I'm done with all the stuttering along the way, mind you. You heard my chair being all cranky. My chair might be cranky, but it's not a Kong. we have other kind of cogs here, as well as other kinds of barrels with the Barrel Blaster. Yeah, baby. Okay, so let's jettison ourselves into the video game. And by ourselves, I mean the Barrel Blaster itself. It has been jettisoned into the video game, and now we just got to anticipate what the elemental switch is going to be. Just to make a change. So let's head left, and then when we're at a convenient position, like right now, we can take Astro Blast off of the portal and replace him with Sharpshooter Terrapin, which again, you just saw a motion blur effect as he, you know, got swiped to the right. Okay, so here we are. Man, that is so much speed. It would appear that taking the Skylander off at that point was not actually an opportune moment. All the speed and momentum kind of ruined me. Anyway, let's avoid the lightning pylons. That sounds like a good plan if you were to ask me. Now we continue on with things to shoot, even though we can't even shoot them. They're a bit far away, I'm afraid. Luckily though, we can drift to avoid them, which is fantastic because the sense of speed we have right now is magnificent. This is definitely pretty fast paced. Also secrets, and I love secrets. I love secrets as much as I do the fast pace of this section. Or the speed pace, the quick pace. I don't know, fast paced is pretty much the term, so we're going to stick with that, even though quick and fast do mean the same thing, so technically quick paced is the same as fast paced. The same term just doesn't really roll off the tongue as nicely now, does it? Now let's be drifting. Oh, we missed the gibbets right there. Now that is true torture. But we got the spanner, and that kind of compensates for it. Not gonna lie, for spanner, it's feeling good right now to have that spanner. Yeah, boom, baby, get destroyed, get destroyed. I almost feel sorry for you fools right now. Almost, anyway. But as per the norm, almost doesn't count now, does it? Like how we almost died in the sky section, but again, we didn't. Very grateful about that, and I'm going to be even more grateful when all of these enemies die. 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 Oh yeah, that's what death looks like. Oh yes! What a hold an Igknight leg. Anyway, up we pop. I thought we missed a bell for a moment there, but by some miracle I still managed to hit it, so we will take it. Now let us be heading up here, and we got 2 more bells to ring, so we're halfway there. Boom, baby. And now that we've approached the other side, we can jettison ourselves across, ring that final bell. And now all of them haven't been rung, we've opened the gate. We're going to play yet another rendition of Say Exactly What It Is You're Doing, because clearly what you're doing isn't visual enough as is. You definitely need the audio alongside it. Otherwise you'd have no clue what's happening now, would you? So yes, we're playing that game, despite how stupid that game is. What do we have here? Great. Let's just hope that what happens this time isn't the same as what happened last time when I glitched out and lost 2 characters because of it. Watch out for the lightning. Okay, cool. We watched out for the lightning. You gotta be careful though, because you know, what comes after the lightning is always thunder. What's funny is that Thor is the god of thunder, and yet he has lightning powers. Okay.
Thunder? What's he talking about thunder?
You know, because thunder always comes after lightning.
Okay, now that Cars edit out of the way. So much about not referencing Cars every single episode. I referenced it in the first one and the third one, so we avoided it for number 2, which is great because number 2 in the Cars franchise is notorious for terribleness. But the point is, you know, I planned on avoiding the Cars references, and yet here I am having made them anyway. But that's okay, because Cars, again, my childhood films and all that, they are very near and dear to my heart. Even the second one, which I can admit years later is hot garbage, but I still have so much enjoyment watching it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fast-paced spy thriller, so even if you don't like the film, at least the film flies by, quite literally, when Holly Schiffler is involved, given her flight abilities, and for very conveniently timed flight abilities at that. Let's say it's a film that I can kind of set aside for flaws and still enjoy based on my nostalgia alone. And that's what nostalgia does. Nostalgia blinds you. It's like, go back and play a bunch of video games from your childhood, and I guarantee that not every single time they're going to be as good as you remember. Sometimes they are. I revisited the Sly Cooper franchise since they were my childhood once again, and those games still hold up to this day. Sucker Punch is just an amazing development studio, really underrated one at that, because after Sly Cooper they went on to go and make Ghost of Tsushima, and Ghost of Tsushima is phenomenal. I love that game, and it got absolutely snubbed at Game of the Year Awards. Coming from somebody who loves Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima is better. That was my personal game of the year, and Last of Us Part 2 just came out and won literally everything.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Yeah, that was a fun edit, but now we return back to the world of Skylanders where we have to face off against Gus at Skystone's Overdrive. Now, for the previous two battles have been tough, but, you know, it only gets tougher here, but when the tough gets going well... what is this?
Your turn.
How does the saying go? Now my brain is confusion. When the tough gets going gets tough, or when the going gets tough, the tough get going? I don't know, it's one way or another. It's like how the turns the table, that is definitely 100% how the phrase is to be said, and there is no other possible way in which to say it.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
Obviously. All friendly Skystones gain 1 health. That would be great, but right now I want to focus on wiping out Threat Pack, which we can do with Boris up there. Well, they can at least even each other out after a couple of rounds. What do the tech vehicles do? I can't wait to see what the Barrel Blaster does. Hopefully it does something overpowered, because what would be the point of it being an overdrive if it didn't, you know, go a little bit overboard? I've got to be driven to win. Oh my god, that's not even the Cars video game, right? When I thought the Cars references were over, oh my lord, you heal 8 and all friendly stones by 1. We absolutely want to use that, because it's basically Tessa on steroids. Yeah, baby! Oh god, I love myself some Tessa on steroids. We probably didn't need to waste this stone on Tycoon Crow because we only needed for 1 damage, but never mind. Okay, let's see what we got here. They have the stone in overdrive, but they didn't use it. We're fine with that. But we are losing currently, and that's not very good. Once again, these stones will even each other out over time. Then again, it would have been better using the other fella to completely even them out, for one with 4 hearts and 3 attack. Like, sure, it would have been an instant defeat, but then they couldn't have used a stone like that to deal extra damage. Great! Now the Cuckoo Clocker lives, and I've been dealt a shit ton of damage to in 1 turn. That is a problem. That is a major problem. Okay, let's bring out Tessa, destroy Malifaux. And also heal in the process. Actually, I should have brought out one of my other stones to survive Malifaux, but never mind. I did horrendous math, and now I'm suffering for it.
The Gulper.
Oh no, man, I hate the villain stones. They're such a cheat. Okay, we're down to 5, which doesn't look good, because it isn't.
Overdrive ready.
We definitely need to defend ourselves against the Cuckoo Clocker, but luckily we can heal up now thanks to Might of the Barrel Blaster, so thank goodness for that. Boom! They even each other out, and so did they. Okay, we really need to get more stones on the board. Hoodsicle. Great! Well, we only need 3 damage, so we can sacrifice for Weak Link. No, we need 5 damage even. We need 5 damage, but since this one has more health, it will survive the round. Hopefully they don't use their overdrive because they can deal damage to my stone and Hoodsicle can live, and I don't want Hoodsicle to live. Wow, we're practically back to the start. We've both been reduced by 20 health, even though I've been reduced by more than 20 health, technically speaking. But that's what I've Barrel Blaster for, with its healing capabilities. Okay, sweet. We can bring out our powerful stone, and then we'll finally have some stones on the board. Powerful ones at that. At least more powerful in comparison to ones in my regular deck. Compared to his deck, my stones are nothing. Oh, don't have something stupid powerful. It had something stupid powerful. Luckily, that's what I have a Barrel Blaster for. Even though the barrel blaster cannot take out the smoke screen, but nothing can take out the smoke screen, and nothing can survive it, so we might as well heal up in the process of bare minimum. And at least all my other Skystones also gain the health. I mean, the only reason why that Skystone in the middle has been alive all this time is thanks to the barrel blaster, pretty much. Boom! And boom! Okay, we're gonna cut it close here, but I think we can barely clutch this out.
Dreamcatcher.
Unless they bring out Dreamcatcher.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Damn it. Okay, definitely want to focus on the smoke screen. So, this is where we'll sacrifice our weakest most stone. Okay, here we go. They have to defend our stone this round, otherwise they die. But when they defend our stone, we can place a stone in the topmost slot, attack them first, and guarantee our victory. Or, you know, they could just do that and take the L, I guess. Victory! We cut it so goddamn close, but in the end, our strategy, it paid off. Let's go. We got Calliope. Calliope! That's a fun thing to say, I will admit that. Do we have an element of the area currently? It doesn't look like it. Well, we do actually. It's Earth, which is why I'm glad we stuck with Shark Suit Terrafin, because that means we can accurately have a supercharger corresponding to the current element of the area. Okay, wait for the lightning by-alongs, and then we'll go. I got a little bit close, a little bit hasty right now. Okay, let's shoot some more folks, because Shark Suit Terrafin is very good, and I very much enjoy playing as him, so much more so than regular Terrafin. Die, 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 death. Ooh, more wish stones, don't mind if we do. Okay, let's pound it, and rocket it. Yeah, get wrecked. You don't even need to do this. You can just bypass all this combat, but you know what? Shark Suit Terrafin is enough to play, is enough fun to where I want to play as him, so we will play as him. That is how this goes right now. When a character is good enough and fun enough, I will want to play as them even when I don't have to. And that's exactly the case with Shark Suit Terrafin right now. He gets the screen time that he deserves. Anyway, let's pop outside and we're going to have yet another C-section to deal with, because clearly we haven't had enough of them already. The game just knows how much I hate them. This is personal, this is specific. Okay, Raina, this is all great. Can we hurry it along though? I'm going to quickly check my downloads. Cool. I have a 5 GB download, which given my slow internet speed at the current accommodation you see surrounding me, a 5 GB download is taking forever. It's rather tragic actually, and it's also tragic that now I have to switch out for the Spider Splasher just so I can play a stinking C-section. Blech. These sections are nasty, they leave a horrid taste in my mouth. Horrid, I tell you. But let's get to it without further ado. Don't have much of a choice in the matter now, do I? Oh, that's the break, not the dive button. My bad. Why did I press the A button to dive? What is wrong with me? Magic is more powerful here, so let's take Shark Suit Terrafin off the portal and replace him with yet another good old revamped character, and I use revamped in air quotation marks because Big Old Pop Fizz right there, he is many things, but revamped is not one of them. The original version of Pop Fizz is so much better. It's not even funny how much better it is. It's not even funny. Okay, let's be diving, not hitting the brake button again. That would be a mistake now, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is like doing a combination like Hoop Shadow. You still have double magic, but not the intended like magic original combination. Because we're not supercharged. I'd rather have the magic buff over the supercharger buff, even though they are pretty much the same. If not, then the supercharger buff is better, but yet here I am not using the supercharger buff. What can I say though? If Super Cool Pop Fizz dies, so be it. If he dies, he dies. I would take his death over Splat's death any day of the week. Splatter Splasher? Mind if I ask you where the fuck you were trying to go? I have questions. Many of them at that. Wave. They see me waving. They hate it. Man, that was a pun. Not a good pun, but a pun all the same. Treasure, the secret, glorious treasure. We got to love ourselves a graffiti clamour hall of all things. Well, okay then. First, be jettisoning it off again. Spectacular. And then we're going to be diving on under. Okay, boom. Let's pop on up. And pop on down. And pop on up. You see, we've got to go up, down, and shake it all about. Perhaps even do the hokey pokey here. As well as jettisoning it off again. I don't know why jettisoning it off is like my favourite phrase right now. That's like phrase of the series, that is. It's not even phrase of the day or phrase of the episode. It's just phrase of the series, period. To which period could mean many different things. But mainly in this case it's a full stop to show the end of something, an end of the sentence, an end of statement. Just saying something, period, really just solidify that you are not really backing down and that you are solid and happy with how things have ended. You know, it's a way of expressing that. That's my interpretation of period for you. I can't believe we have now diverged into our interpretations of period from commentary here. Say whatever you like about my commentary. It certainly isn't consistent in the fact that I talk about many different bizarre things. In fact, the only thing consistent about my commentary is how bizarre it frequently gets. I'm trying to get over the blades and I'm not doing a good job of it. Okay, we gotta go. Now it's been shielded. Okay, let's get over the blades. The blades would be so much more easier to get over if not for how crappy the momentum of these sections are. It's one of the things that make these sections not as good as they could have been because of the floaty and natural momentum in the physics and controls. I hate it. Yeah, that's it. Target the thing. Target the thing. Oh, that didn't target the thing. That's a shame. Target the thing. Target it. Is that targeted? Is that close enough? Yes. Yes, it is. Haha, magnificent. Okay, now we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Get it. Get it. Oh yeah, we got it all right. Okay, but now we gotta get him some more. Watch out. That's what we have our diving abilities for. Now, momentum shift. I know how hard it is, but just do it. In the words of the mighty Shia LaBeouf.
Just do it!
Yeah, LaBeouf edits for the win. Okay. There we go. Fantastic. That'll target it. No problemo. We're also going to pick up this spanner for insurance and safety. In fact, there's another one back there for even more increased insurance and safety. I want to make sure I don't die. I don't want a repeat of the first time we was here. Okay, its shields are down. Let's kill it. Let's kill it! Boom! I had faith the entire time. Not even close to concerned I was. Though I am concerned about the land section coming up. There is a probable chance that we lose someone to Lord Stratosphere. But only time will tell as to whether that death prediction will come true or whatnot. Darn it, I forgot to ask you in the premiere, how many characters do you think I'm going to lose this time? Maybe I get through to the end with no characters lost whatsoever. Maybe the Wii U has been the secret answer to my prayers this entire time. Anyway, Earth is back, and so is Shockshooter Terrafin, because I do not trust Smash Hit, given his lack of upgrades right now. He's not trustworthy. Not this section anyway, this section is tough. We got Storm Spawners. You know you're tough when you're spawning storms. Especially since Storm, in the context of X-Men, is one of the most powerful characters. At least I believe she's meant to be. I don't know, I haven't watched X-Men films in years, at least not the ones starring Storm in them. And I'd never read any of the X-Men comic books or nothing. Like, when it comes to Marvel, I'm very much more equipped to tell you about Avengers knowledge than I am X-Men knowledge. I've just never been as much into the X-Men as I have the Avengers. Anyway, what we have next is a Supercharger Vault. Let's go. And even then, my introduction to the Avengers as a team was Earth's Mightiest Heroes, a cartoon show which is far superior to the new one they did, Avengers Assemble. It was superior in every single manner. And because that was a rendition of a team that I got hooked on when I was young, it surprised me very much when the Avengers movie came out in 2012 and Ant-Man and the Wasp were not in it. In fact, Ant-Man Period came out as something I was confused about because it was Hank Pym at a much older age. Janet was obviously stuck in the quantum realm until the sequel came out. And it was about the daughter, Hope, and Scott. Well, Scott wasn't the daughter. Scott wasn't anyone's daughter, but Scott was in the movie. And Scott is a far superior character to Hank. I love Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. Paul Rudd is perfect in that role. What's not so perfect in any sort of role is a preview after a soul gem has been acquired, because there's no need for it. Where there's no need for it, you won't be previewing it. Die, sucker! Okay, we need to shoot some more folks. Shoot them all! More shoot. Yes, lots of shooting. I love it. I love it so much. And he's right in the way of the laser, for fucking idiot. Boom, boom. Oh, that's a lot of poundage from both of us, apparently. I took a lot of damage right now. Not nearly as much damage as these guys are about to take. Ow! We had 12 health remaining and then the bananas just came in clutch. Man! Whew, I think my heart stopped. I generally think my heart stopped for a couple of nanoseconds right there. That was just terrifying. Ooh, money. Money, money, money. Gambit money to be specific. But we will take any money we can get. Please and thank you. Gotta be polite in life, otherwise you get nowhere. If you have no manners, guess what?
You're basic.
My favourite thing to come from the good place. Okay, let's grab some money. And then we get to spin lasers some more. Whilst that is currently hooked up to one of the pods it needs to be. All we actually need is for that to be reflected towards this guy right here. So then we can reflect a laser into both pods at the same time. That simultaneous lighting up of the lion's heads is exactly what we needed to gain access to the boss fight that will conclude this episode. And it's a vehicle boss fight. Boy, do I hate vehicle boss fights in this game. I hate them with a burning passion, to the extent to which I would dare even say that I despise them. They are despicable. I just hate them so much. Rilo. No. No, Rilo, no. Just shut up and let me get on with my job. Because this is my job right here.
Because that's what heroes do.
Here we are with a land vehicle being required, so that's what we bring out the barrel blaster for. I would have been wise to have brought out the burn cycle, but right now, I can't seem to find my burn cycle anywhere. That's what I get for my lack of organisation skills. Hopefully I won't be slapped with death because of it. Luckily our armour is pretty much maxed out. So if we're fine, it won't be due to the fact that I placed onto the portal a barrel blaster with half health remaining. Okay, now we get to mash buttons. Is the Earth Elemental area going to remain again? Oh boy, that puts Sharpshooter Terrapin at risk. And the last thing I want is for Sharpshooter Terrapin to be the first death in this series. That would be truly tragic. So continue shooting these folks. After all, this is what I have barrel projectiles for, and it would be a waste if I weren't to use them. I even love the cartoon aesthetic of like the little fiery explosion from a cannon as you fire it off. It's a really nicely detailed touch, to say the least. You know, you often see like a comic-inspired explosion like that in cartoons, and it really emphasises the visual style that Skylanders possesses. Plus, seeing it in black and white, the noir is gorgeous, and helps make this look all the more distinctive, especially on a visual level, because when do you ever see Skylanders Superchargers in complete black and white? The answer to that question is very regularly, and that's what I pride myself in. I pride myself in adding an extra level to the locks to make them all the more personal to me within my signature style of being creative and gimmicky, if you go as far as say, which is funny because normally when you use the connotations of a gimmick in gaming, it's normally something notorious with Nintendo or casual gaming, and most people in gaming don't like gimmicks. They prefer traditional gameplay styles. But in the case of Skylanders, gimmicks have always worked. Each game was described as innovative when they first announced when they were being released, mind you. And at the end of the day, my videos, part of why I enjoy making them is being able to conjure all sorts of unique gimmicks. Such as, example, the idea of playing through a game in black and white. Really bring out the noir side to Skylanders Superchargers. Okay, I'm losing a lot of health here, which is obviously not good. But for shooting, on the other hand, now that is more like it. I mash, and I mash some more, yeah. Oh, big glowy ball of death. Once again, my advice would be to avoid the big glowy ball of death. Okay, here we are. Slowly but surely we are getting there. I think, anyway. Feel free to correct me anytime. Or better yet, just take the controller from me and play the video game yourself if you think you're so damn good at these video games. I really appreciate that, because then if someone who was better than me was controlling the controller, then the Skylander would be doing better and wouldn't die. Not that I even needed anyone better in the video game, because at the moment my own skill seems to suffice. As we got through it unscathed and sharpshooter terrapin, he lives. I'm a happy Igknight right now. This is a smile upon my face. After all, in all my years of conquest, it was never personal. But this does put a smile on my face.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
Even though I won't exactly call this conquest, but still. We have ranked up to rank number 8, which means we get to pick power. We definitely want Bane of Undead, because Bane of Undead means that for the next level we're going to, we can deal buffed up damage against. That means that there will be less chance of us dying, which is exactly what we like to hear. Oh, cover your eyes, folks. Hey, there we go. We're all right. We weren't blinded by the light. And man, that is looking supercharged, alright. It's like that's the theme of the game, supercharging and shit. And just like that, Land of the Undead is something that we're going to be leaving for the next episode. I'll see you a week today, where for next Thursday we will be tackling, again, Land of the Undead. Quite self-explanatory that. But without further ado, let's roll that outro. With that being said and done, this video is coming to an end, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. By merely clicking on this video, you've shown support and helped it garner recognition so it can reach many of the viewers here on YouTube. I'd love to see you take the extra step and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Also be sure to comment below and push that subscribe button whilst you're down there. By clicking elsewhere on screen, you can either check out a video that's specifically picked out for you, or you can check out the rest of the playlist for a series you just watched. Before ending off, I'd like to thank all of my Blazing Knights and Scorching Dragons whose support help make these videos possible. I'll be seeing you in the next video, and until that moment arises, peace!